Welcome to Santos Brothers Eats.
Food worth mentioning.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, so this is Kenny Santos once again for Santos Brothers Eat. I'm with my brother, Chef Jeff Santos, and I'm, of course, his brother.
Kenny Santos.
Yeah.
And today we have another guest again. Actually, a repeat guest is my lovely wife and Ken's sister-in-law, Diana Johnson Santos.
Hey guys, I guess I didn't do too bad the first time they invited me back.
Yes, and well, welcome back, Diana.
Thank you.
So this episode, we are talking about Street Eats Market again. Their latest festival, which is September 12th and 13th, was the Mac and Cheese Festival. And shout out to them. We've been going to them almost every week. Well, not myself, but Ken has. And the weekend after coming up is their Fried Chicken Festival. And the last week that's scheduled is the Ramen Festival. But this week we're talking about the Mac and Cheese Festival. And it was a special weekend for Santos Brothers Eats. Well, Kenny Santos. Ken, what happened on Friday night?
Well, on Friday night, I got a message that I was picked for this particular episode, for to be a guest judge, which I'm super happy about.
Nice. And so like I said, I was busy on the Saturday, but that is why Diana is here, because she accompanied Ken, did some amazing videos and pictures, which you will see or have already seen on our Santos Bros Eats Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and we're blogging it right now.
Actually, not blogging, we're podcasting it right
I
now.
apologize.
It's okay, I'll edit that in. We're podcasting it right now, and my goodness, I was so fortunate to be able to taste everything there. Usually, I'll have one, maybe two things or two meals to eat, but I think the count is 7. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 8.
Eight, nice.
8, and so I was super full, and what's nice was I wish Jeff could have joined me, but Diana was able to join for the meal, and she tasted most of what we had, right?
I was very lucky. I was juggling the camera and the food, but I got to try almost everything.
Yeah, and so when you look at the video, the awesome video that's on YouTube right now for Santos Brothers Eats, she did all of the filming and she did all of the editing, and it was spectacularly done. So thank you for that, Diana. You guys all deserve to have a look at that. So let's kind of dive right in. Where should we start?
Let's just start in order. So when you first come in, there's a huge beer can not beer can, but wine can from Babe Rosé. They were giving away some rosé and some Pinot Grigio. So shout out to them. But right after that was Six Spice Rack, and we've mentioned them before because they were part of the ice cream festival. Talk about how businesses will pivot to a company to best incorporate whatever's trending or whatever's the needs are. So they had the delicious Sinful
Cinnamon bun.
Thank you very much. But they're back in their wheelhouse of savory food, and they had the what is it? I apologize. There it is. The hand-breaded fried buttered chicken mac and cheese. I unfortunately didn't have some, but Ken, Diana, what'd you guys think?
Six Spice Rack, my goodness, they make some really good food, and if you like butter chicken, this is something that you absolutely want to try from them. Have you had butter chicken from them before, guys, or no?
I think I did, because
Okay.
like I said, I'm familiar with their truck. I know I've had they did KFC a while ago, so I must have had butter chicken from them, and this is good stuff.
Yeah, they did a really good job, and so they made it into a nice sandwich with some mac and cheese in there, and it tasted really good. What was nice about that particular sandwich was that it was nice and moist. There's a lot of that butter chicken sauce in it, and it mixed well with the macaroni and cheese, and the mac and cheese was nice and soft. It wasn't overdone. I really enjoyed it. Diana, did you have a taste of that or no?
I did have a taste of it, and the funny thing is, I'm not a fan, or I thought I wasn't a fan of butter chicken, and I liked the flavors. It wasn't overwhelming in any way, and it was really smooth and very yummy.
Absolutely. So that was the first place that we got to eat, and we're just going to keep on rolling along. The next truck.
Yeah. So next truck was Jerk Brothers, and hence the name. They actually had jerk chicken mac and cheese. I had a bit of it. The jerk chicken was good. I liked it. I'm not a big fan of jerk chicken, but the taste, I liked it a lot. And from you guys?
You know what? I'm not the biggest fan of jerk chicken either. If someone offers me jerk chicken, I'm probably going to have a taste. But ultimately, jerk spice is a little bit over the top for me. This one wasn't too hot and spicy, so it was good. I actually gave it a pretty high rating. I liked it. Now, if I remember correctly, was it the mac and cheese that you were kind of not too partial on?
Yeah, the mac and cheese itself, I found a bit bland. But the jerk chicken was good. And I was talking to these guys beforehand. It's because they seem to be there at the last festival, the night market. And they had the same jerk chicken, but they just changed the starch. So, of course, they served their jerk chicken on a bed of beans and rice. And for this weekend, for mac and cheese, they just served it on a bed of mac and cheese.
Very well done. And so that was another meal I got to eat. Moving right along would have been, what's next?
Next was the cheese secrets from Niagara County.
Oh, that was the raclette. Oh my goodness.
And Diana knows all about raclette, and you too, because you guys tasted it both from Switzerland?
Yes, first time I had raclette was in Switzerland, and Diana was telling me earlier that the first time she has it was actually in Switzerland as well. So super yummy. You had a taste of that, Diana.
Actually, I didn't have a taste of the mac and cheese one, but I did have a taste of the peaches with the raclette and maple syrup, and we'll talk about that after.
Okay, so let me talk about the mac and cheese. So it was just mac and cheese with the raclette, and what they do is they do something pretty cool, is they actually have this special raclette burner that actually they put the half of a wheel of raclette underneath this roaster, and then that gets all nice and moist, and then they scrape that on top of that mac and cheese. You got to see the video to really appreciate how that looks, and when you see it, you're going to want to have some. So it tasted super good and super tasty, but they also did something special if you wanted something for dessert, and that's the peaches. They roasted some peaches, and they took the same raclette and just put that melted cheese on top of those roasted peaches, and then they put on some Canadian maple syrup. And that's actually we had that after we ate everything, which was such a great way to finish it. And Diana, what were your thoughts on that? What was it called? I guess it's the peaches and raclette.
Yeah, it was a great way, I think, to end everything on a sweet note. It was Ontario peaches with Ontario cheese with Ontario maple syrup, so we were definitely representing Ontario. And the flavor, well, you did on video, you did the review of it, and it was a perfect mix of sweet and salty and gooey and warm, and it was just, it was amazing.
Yeah, you got to check that out. Well, I don't know where you said they're in Niagara,
Yeah,
right?
Cheese Secrets Niagara. But I must say, if you look at the video itself, like we actually talked about it last night, or this morning, Diana and I, and we said we should go back out there just to have the raclette, because the presentation and the way the guy just takes the cheese and scrapes it on the fresh macaroni. It's delicious. So hopefully we'd find them in Niagara next time we go out there. I'm just so jealous of that.
Yeah, it was called dessert raclette, so that was the name of it if you're heading out there or want to try it again if you see them somewhere.
They were awesome. And then, so if you make your way around, that would have been, the next stop would have been Basil Box?
Yes, it was.
Basil Box, yes.
Basil Box had the Malaysian braised beef mac and cheese, and this is something that Jeff got.
Yes. So I was only there for a bit, and while Diana and Ken were with the mayor and tasting, I had to get a quick lunch, and because this was highly praised, I got this for myself. I was selfish and got a whole one for myself. Sorry, Diana. But the braised beef, Malaysian style, big, bold flavors. Like if you like lemongrass, this had lemongrass in it. You could taste lemongrass right away. The mac and cheese itself, I couldn't really taste a lot of the mac and cheese because the juices from the braised beef just engulfs everything, which is a good thing. So it served as a nice base to just fill you up. And then it had pickled vegetables, pickled carrots, pickled daikons. It was just overall a good dish.
That dish was spectacular. As a matter of fact, all of the judges picked the Basil Box Malaysian braised beef mac winner, and it deserves to win. And I'll say this, if you have a chance to go to Basil Box, you don't have to have it on top of mac and cheese. I'm sure that they usually serve that over rice or something, and you're going to enjoy it just as much. And so you got to check those guys out. When I say that they're number one, they really, really deserved it. All of the judges really enjoyed that. So then after Basil Thai Box, there was the sisig from Tenuno. And Jeff, why don't you remind everyone what sisig is?
So traditional sisig is the pork face. So they'll have the pork head and they'll just start peeling off pieces of the skin and meat and frying it. Traditionally, it's just fried with vegetables, maybe a bit of pepper. It comes on a sizzling plate, and then when they serve it to you, they actually crack an egg on top. So the heat from the plate, the hot meat, the hot vegetables will actually start cooking the egg, and you just mix everything in with the yolk, and serve with some rice or some chicharron, I believe, and serve with a beer. But of course, this one they served well. It was made with chicken skin and chicken over mac and cheese. The bite I had was amazing. And Ken, you had more of it, and what do you think?
That was, I didn't know, that was chicken skin?
Yeah.
Oh my, I thought it was pork. It was so nice and perfectly greasy and fatty, not over the top, and it was nice and crunchy. Diana had a taste as well.
Actually, I kept coming back for seconds on that one. It was really good. The crispy again, and their mac and cheese was really well done. It was nice. It was perfectly cooked. It was nice and gooey in the mac and cheese, and it was a nice and perfect bite.
That was a good meal. I could have given them, if Basil Box wasn't there, I could have given them number one. They were really, really good, and they were really, really tasty. Tenuno, if you have a chance to go there, my goodness, they're so good.
But they actually had another platter. It wasn't mac and cheese, but had grilled squid. Was that their combined plate, or what was that?
I don't know what that was, but you can see that on the video on YouTube as well. They had huge pieces of grilled squid, and also, what are those shell? Mussels.
Yeah. Kiwi clams are cooked mussels already, but that looked amazing. Like just on itself.
I think they were doing a sample platter to show what the Kamayan looked like, what they could do, is I think what they had.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I guess they must, maybe they cater?
Guessing they do.
Yeah. They're a restaurant, so I guess they're showing off what they serve at the restaurant.
Excellent. So next was
It would be crunch bags.
Crunch bags. So crunch bags, that's usually, you'll see them a lot at festivals, and they're very, what's the word I'm looking for? They're
versatile.
Yeah, that's the word. Thank you, Diana. They're very versatile in terms of what they do. Basically, it's Doritos, and they open the bag, and it's a taco in a bag, basically. They take Doritos, they put in lettuce, they put in tomato, they chop up some jalapenos, put that in there, and put some chipotle sauce in there. But since this year or this week was the mac and cheese festival, they also put in some macaroni and cheese. And this was the dish that Diana had most of, actually. I guess she kept saying she loves Doritos.
Yeah.
So,
especially with us with eating healthier lately, I've had their bowl before, but I haven't had their bowl in the bag in a long time, and it was perfect. And thank you for letting me finish most of that, except for the jalapenos.
Yes.
Now, Diane, quick question: if it was ketchup Doritos, mac and cheese,
That would have actually, you know what? I don't know if that would have worked with this.
Okay.
Maybe it would have, but the flavor on those with the special sauce, it gave just a little bit of heat, not too much heat. But when you mix it in with the Doritos and with the mac and cheese, it would just it was great.
It was super yummy.
And it's you overestimate, like you just like it's Doritos in a bag, like really. And I haven't had it in so long, and I'm like, I forgot how good this is.
It really, and it's great for kids. They know what it is. It's Doritos. You can walk and eat with it. It's a really, really walk and eat friendly type of meal, and also kid friendly meal. So if you have a chance to get crunch bags, get it. Whether it's mac and cheese or not, just get it. You won't regret it. It's super tasty, super good. Next is last year's winner was They called Melt Witch, right?
Yeah.
Really simple meal. Basically, it's a grilled cheese sandwich, but inside of that sandwich is macaroni and cheese. So, pictures well. I'm not sure exactly, like, when you compare it to all the...
Yeah, everything else. It's like, who was there last year that they won? That's my question.
Yeah, it's not saying that it was a bad meal, but...
No.
I mean, it tasted good. I was happy with it. They executed it well. But when you're going up against such bold flavors like... against the peaches or against, jerk chicken or against sisig, it's hard to compare what on earth is happening. So, but it was a good meal. And that's another kid-friendly meal. It's a sandwich. You can walk and eat with it. Super easy to make. And it's a really safe meal to have.
I think they were maybe the first ones that put the mac and cheese in the grilled cheese, which made them a bit of at the beginning.
Like a novelty.
A novelty. And they also have a brick and mortar store. So they are at the Queensway by Royal York. So they make incredible sandwich.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
It's called Meltwich, Queensway, and the Royal York. So go ahead and have a peek at them. And then would have been Dope as Duck. Is that who's next?
Yeah, which was a surprise. They weren't. We researched a lot about who was there and which meals we wanted to try before we found out Kenny was going to get to try them all. And Dope as Duck, who Jeff knows actually, we didn't realize they were there. They were a lovely surprise.
Yeah, so Raymond is a co-worker of mine at George Brown College, and when he left the college, he started up his own food truck. It was a rough start, but apparently he's at a winery in Holland Marsh. And like the Diana Ken said, they were a total surprise. I actually, when I left, they weren't open yet, so I didn't know it was them, or else I would have told them. But I got a message from Diana saying, "Look who's here!" And it was Raymond, and Dope as Duck, and he was serving his mac and cheese to the mayor. And did you mention what it was yet?
Oh yeah. So the Dope as Duck. Are all those meals that they have like duck? Is that how? I guess how they are, right?
Not all duck, but it was a phrase when they first opened Dope as Duck. But they had duck today.
That was a great marketing. I love the name Dope as Duck. I don't know Raymond personally, but it was a seared duck mac and cheese. It really had a kick. And watch out because it has, I think those are Scotch bonnets, and they were just chopped up. I mean, like sometimes you put jalapeno on something, but those Scotch bonnets really kick it up a notch. And I was really caught off guard. I was so full that day that I just had a bite of it, and I ended up eating that particular meal later on that evening. And while I was eating, I just started to sweat. I did not realize how spicy that was going to be. I just thought it was just some mac and cheese that I was going to eat, and I knew that it tasted good. But I was surprised at how spicy it was. And, from previous episodes, that the Santos brothers, we don't do spice all that well. I take it a little bit better than Jeff, but not that much better. And so, now, you said, where are they, Jeff?
It's his food truck, not a brick and mortar. And from what I understand, he partnered with a winery, I believe in Holland Marsh. So he's doing stuff with them, and like we said, it was a surprise. So he had to rent a sort of blank truck and boot it down to Scarborough Town Center for this weekend.
Yeah. So my goodness, that's something that I would like to try more of. And then I guess that's all of them. Did we talk about all of them?
Yeah, we did. We
Yes.
did. And then you guys had the peaches, which you mentioned already. But again, it's Street Eats Market. Very well organized event. Socially distancing was enforced. And so how was it working with the mayor?
Oh wow, the mayor. You know what? Sometimes you expect someone that's busy like that to kind of be in and out, but he really took his time and got to know the food truck owners and taste. And he was pretty humble when it comes to his dealing with the public. So it was a pleasant surprise. What were your thoughts on the mayor?
He was completely accessible. There was lots of people that came up and wanted to have a picture with him or have an autograph with him, and it never felt like they were interrupting him. Like, he's the people's mayor, and I was very, very impressed with how he dealt with all of that, as well as went around and helped judge everything, and it was good.
All in all, it was an awesome festival, an awesome weekend, and so Street Eats, they have at least 2 more festivals coming up.
That we know of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So next week is fried chicken, and week after that is the ramen festival. And if weather is better or continues this way, they may add some more festivals.
He did talk about doing a poutine festival. He talked about doing a donut festival.
That's
so
right.
They have lots of ways that they can expand that. So fingers crossed that the weather stays nice.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, there was a representative for Scarborough Town Center there and said, you know what, if you want to have it here, we're ready. So it seems like those festivals are pretty popular and pretty successful. So I hope that they get to do more. But that is this week's Food Worth Mentioning, and we're eager to talk about next time more food worth mentioning. Right, Jeff?
That's right. And thanks again to my lovely wife Diana. You may be on another podcast with us again if you don't mind.
I'll think about it.
Okay, and then until next time, remember this quote from Julia Child: "People who love to eat are always the best people."
And that, of course, that includes my brother, Chef Jeff Santos. I'm his brother, Kenny Santos. And, of course, our guest, once again, Diana Johnson Santos. And you as well, if you love to eat food worth mentioning. Thank you, everybody.
Take care.
You've been listening to Santos Brothers Eat.
Food worth mentioning.